Okay. Uh, Now that I think I get the timing right. Can you all hear me just fine? Yeah, let me know in the chat. Okay. Okay, yeah, I don't think I should have any more streaming issues in terms of the signal strength because I'm now using an Ethernet cable. So I think that's one thing I probably should have done from the start at the old place. So there we go. All right. So stream is live. So heck, start throwing out your questions, and I'll be more than happy to answer them in over the next hour. So hope you guys been doing well. I am officially moved. However, I wanted to know, do you guys, how do you guys think I should improve this background? Because that's one thing I really don't like. Like, I like the old background better because it had like a bunch of gaming stuff. I don't like how you can see my bedroom. Like the only thing you could possibly see is that very rare Metal Gear Solid 3 poster. A poster I'm gonna put right there, and I might put like another poster in this area, and then behind me you can see like some of my collectors. Like like if you, like you guys can't see it, but like there's still like a bunch of shit. Like there's like a shelf here that I'm gonna put some stuff here. But I'm not sure if I like this background. But if you guys don't mind, because this is what the background's going to be like for like the next year. However, I did talk to my friend John, and he like suggested that maybe I turn this all around, but then the desk would be closer to the bed. Like this is like the one thing I don't like. I didn't like about some of the older places is that my bedroom and my office, my filming area were in the same spot, as opposed to the last place where they were in two different spots. The problem is I couldn't connect the Ethernet cable to the computer, which is why I was always having those streaming issues because it was done on Wi-Fi instead of just direct cable, so it would have the strongest connection. So that's like the best thing that I have right in this new area is that my computer is now directly connected, so that I shouldn't have any like buffering issues. Plus, it's extremely sharp, so like that's the thing. Have I seen the new Spider-Man movie? Yes. Friendly Geek, I did a review on it, and I really enjoyed it. I actually went back and I saw it a second time. So let me take these off. I don't think I need this. I think I should be able to see. Uh, where do you think they will go with Cal Kestis now? Um, I okay. Well, obviously, I'm sure you've seen my review. I got it up. I think they will build a like a hybrid Jedi Order. I don't think it'll be a traditional style. I don't think they can do that, especially with Cal Kestis like embracing the dark side. Not like in a heavy way, but I think they'll try to do something different with the Order instead of it just being traditional, which is exactly what Luke did. Because Luke's Order didn't necessarily wasn't too shy away from using dark side powers. They just want to make sure you didn't overdo it, and I don't think that's where Cal Kestis is going to go. So that's the direction I think that the third game will go, and that's just my hopes. How's life been for you the past month? It's been pretty busy. It's been pretty busy for me too. The move was really insane, especially since I had like two vacations that were back to back, and then I have I'll tell you guys this right now. I have like another vacation because I'm still planning on going to Metal Gear Solid Con. But here's the worst part that happened. I'm not sure if any of you guys, this has happened to any of you guys, but I got a jury duty summon literally the day before the convention. The convention is on the 15th. My jury duty is on the 14th. I don't know how jury duty works, how long it lasts, but I was planning on driving down to LA on the 14th because they're gonna have this little meetup at a pool at the hotel that the convention is at, and it starts at like 7 to 10. So like if I get out of jury duty at say like I don't know like 2 o'clock, like my job is immediately hop in my car and drive straight to LA, which is gonna be like a 4.5 hour drive. So that's not going to be too. That's going to be. So the 14th might be crazy. Maybe I may be able to talk them out of like maybe having my jury duty take place after the Metal Gear Solid convention because it's only Saturday. So I wouldn't mind doing it like Sunday when I get back, or maybe even better Monday. But you can't make this up. When I saw the date that the my jury duty was set, I was like, you can't make this up. What are the odds that it is the day before the convention, the first Metal Gear Solid convention that I helped fund, that I was really excited to go? Like, you can't make that up. Hello, Boda. Yes, it has been a while. Have I seen the trailer for the new Craven Hunter? Yeah, I saw it. I'm not sure if I'll go see that one because it does not look at all like I'm pretty sure Craven doesn't work that way. Like, doesn't he get his like abilities from drinking some sort of potion? So the idea that Craven gets his powers because a drop of a lion went into him, like, was this like a radioactive lion or something? Like, that was just messy. That was just weird. And they're making it rated R. So here's the problem: when you go rated R, I think it's hard to come back. So I like, they tease like maybe he might interact with Spider-Man in a later film. I don't think that should happen, because how do you go from like a hard R character like this and then bring him down to PG-13 and have him fight Spider-Man? Like, I don't know, like, it's like with Venom. It's like Venom started as a hard R, but I never once thought that they would ever introduce Spider-Man. I don't believe Tom Hardy's Venom is ever going to fight Spider-Man. So I just don't understand the concept of making these villain-focused movies and turning them into anti-heroes, knowing that they will probably never take on Spider-Man. Because these are villains. They're supposed to be villains. And we're turning them into anti-heroes. And so and there's like this quote in the trailer that says, villains aren't born, they're made. It's like, is this guy really going to be a villain? Because he seems like an anti-hero. It just seems like they're not willing to commit to him being a villain. They're not willing to commit to that. That's my issue. So I'm not sure if I'll go see that. Like, if the reviews are good, maybe I'll give it a chance. But as of right now, I'm not really interested. I wouldn't mind if you would put the Revenge. Yes, James. Right below the metal, like right here. That is exactly where I was gonna put my Revenge of the Sith poster. Like, exactly. Like, that was the very poster I was thinking about putting there, because like I have like two of my lightsabers right there. I'm gonna have one of my lightsabers right there. I was gonna put one of my lightsabers. Like, you can't see it from this angle, but I have like an anime Dragon Ball Z, like just kind of set up. Like, I have like my Vegeta metal poster, and I have like my Dragon Ball figures that are right there, and like that's all animated. And I was gonna put like a lightsaber right there. But yeah, I was absolutely thinking about putting Revenge of the Sith like right below the Metal Gear Solid poster. What is my favorite gun in Resident Evil 4? Easily TMP. You give me TMP, I can handle anything. That's my go-to weapon. I mean, like, the one I would hold is probably the Punisher handgun, or the Blacktail. That would be my probably handgun. But if I could pick just any one gun to play with the whole game with, it'd be the TMP. Especially when you at the stock. Like, when you have that weapon, you can handle any situation. Question: do I think an anime about Legends Star Wars telling story of Grandmaster Luke Skywalker, including the Yuuzhan Vong War, would be a great idea? Absolutely. Are you kidding? That, man, I think the fact that Disney got rid of all that Legends continuity really pissed me off, because there were some really great stories. And they're just like taking like key ideas and trying to implant them into like their Disney era, and it's just not working. But dude, the Yuuzhan Vong War was, man, that was a major conflict that really pushed Skywalker's Jedi Order to the brink and really tested the New Republic. Like, you could say that was almost as significant as like when Thrawn was waging war on the New Republic. Like that whole conflict was also pretty bad. Like, I think the Yuuzhan Vong War, it actually, if I remember correctly, it actually even united the last remnants of the Empire with the New Republic, because they kind of realized that, yeah, we might need to kind of combine our resources because this thing is trying to kill us all. So, like, something like that I thought was major. Vengeance. When the Metal Gear Solid 3 remake got revealed, I automatically thought of you. Yeah. I'm still thinking about making a video of that, but I'm not too excited for that, to be fair. I mean, they're trying to remake my absolutely unquestionable favorite video game of all time. and I just do not have faith in Konami. I believe that anything that was Kojima's idea, anything that kind of has his charm, is going to be completely stripped out. And when you do that, it doesn't even feel like it doesn't even feel like Metal Gear Solid 3 anymore. Like that was my issue with the Resident Evil 4 remake. Like, I didn't play that game because what I saw from it is like that game stripped out any sense of fun or charm that the original had, and they tried to make it all dark and serious. Like, I really did not like Leon at all. I didn't like what they did at all with his character. It didn't even feel like Leon anymore. It felt like a completely different character. And so when you take like a 10 out of 10 game and reduce to what I would have given that game like a 5 or a 4. That is not good. And it's just like, you strip out everything that made that first game amazing just to make it fit with this process of remaking these games to make them feel all similar. And it has no originality. It has nothing about it that allows it to stand out. And that's why I just refuse to play that game. And I think something similar to that is going to happen with this remake, which is the way I'm not too excited for it. Now, heck, I have a number of people that I trust. If they tell me that it is really good and it is faithful and they don't want to do that, they want to respect Kojima despite what happened, I might give it a chance. But as of right now, I do not trust Konami with this property. I'm surprised they didn't sell it or give it to someone else and just allow them to. Like, I would have more respect for Konami if they just did a complete straight up reboot of the franchise and just call it something else. Call it Metal Gear Axel, Metal Gear Apex, Metal Gear something, to acknowledge that they are going to take this franchise and do their own thing with it that has nothing to do with Kojima's work. Then I would have respect for it and give it a chance. But like, them just going back and taking, and I'm surprised they went with 3 instead of the first game. That surprised me the most. I was surprised they didn't go with Metal Gear Solid 1. But the only good announcement from that is the fact that they're re-releasing the older Metal Gear games on PlayStation 5, so I'll get a chance to play them again, because the newest platform that I can even play them on is my PlayStation 3. Which is amazing, because you can't, they still can't even convert Metal Gear Solid 4. Like, it's still stuck on the PlayStation 3, which I'm happy about, because that's still my favorite PlayStation 3 game of all time. So, yeah. That was a good question. And I probably missed a few. So let me go back. Since you've seen all the Spider-Man movies and ranked them, where would I rank Across the Spider-Verse? Ooh, if I'm fair, I would probably put it behind. I would probably put it number 2. I would not put it over Spider-Man 2. It's somewhere on par with the first Across Into the Spider-Verse. It's just there's some things in Into that I liked more, and then there were some things that Across did better. So I really would need to watch those films back to back. But either way, those two movies would easily take the number 2 and 3 spot in terms of my favorite Spider-Man movies. But neither of them top Spider-Man, Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man 2. Because that's still like my top 5 favorite comic book film of all time. Like, maybe number 30, maybe. But yeah, I really enjoyed that one. Which one of my 10 out of 10 games do I think is the most challenging in terms of difficulty? Ooh, difficulty. Ooh, let me actually double check. Let me double check my list. That is a good question. Which game out of those do I think is the most difficult? Do you mean like difficulty, like harder to beat, or it takes the longest amount of time to beat? Because I think there's a difference. Because there's some games that it like an RPG will take you like 40 hours. That's the longest. And then there's games like, yeah, the difficulty is very, very difficult to get through. But if we're just basing it off of that, if I look at my lists, let's see. Metal Gear Solid 3, no. Final Fantasy 10, no. Dead Space 2, Ragnarok, no. Rise to Mirror, no. Honestly, just based off my list, I would say the hardest game is probably if you played Dead Space 2 on the hardest difficulty. Because that can get really difficult. Because the fact that you have to play through that whole game on 3 saves And even if you max out your armor, you'll get killed. You can either get killed with 2 hits from like a main enemy or 3 hits. At like even if you max out your health, like that's how easy it is to kill. And if you die, you have to go right back to your last save, which you typically want to space them out. So like if you play like a 6 hour session, which I have, and don't save, dying is like the worst thing to happen. Like that game still holds the title of having like the single scariest moment I ever experienced in a video game ever, and that was a nightmare to play through. Like that was a nonstop play. That was a game that I had to take an entire day off and play it nonstop. I beat that game, I want to say 5 times before I played it on the hardcore difficulty, because it's the kind of game that you don't want to go into that difficulty blind. You kind of want to know what weapons I want to stick with, where to go, how to fix the puzzles, where enemies are coming, how to deal with certain situations. You do not want to go into that difficulty blind. Otherwise, you are guaranteed to get killed. Let's see. Friendly, which direction do I think the God of War series will go next? If I'm being fair, I think if they do another God of War game, I think it'll follow Atreus, because I don't really know where you can go with Kratos. It's either they'll do like a hard reboot and just reboot the whole franchise, with us taking us back to like Greek mythology and just do a different version of Kratos, or just have it follow Atreus. Because with Ragnarok over, I just don't know where you can go with Kratos as a character. Like he's really come full circle. He's in a good place, but Atreus' journey can continue. So if they were to make another God of War game, I would figure it would follow him. And I think that, and he would be like a grown up. I think that's the direction that they would go. I really don't see a need to bring Kratos back. I think they did a fantastic job ending his arc in Ragnarok. I really do. Let's see. Mine is the Chicago typewriter. I think the thing about the Chicago typewriter, I think it's just too powerful. Like the TMP and the Chicago and the typewriter, they're both like machine guns, but I think that the typewriter is a little too powerful. I think the same thing about Dead Space 2 if they remake. Ooh, yeah, I do not want them to remake Dead Space 2. I think they did a great job with Dead Space 1. Dead Space 1 could have needed a remake, but I think that the way that they did it, it works perfectly. You could really jump from the remake of 1 into Dead Space 2. In fact, I actually think the remake connects better with Dead Space 2 than the original did, despite the fact that I still think the original is a great game. Do I think that it is possible that Capcom will remake Devil May Cry 1 or 2 since they've been remaking? You know what? I would absolutely welcome a remake of those 2 games. I really would. They don't need to remake 3. They don't need to remake 4. 5 was a great idea. But yeah, I would. I should do a video about that. They should remake those 2 games, because one is a weird game. I've only beaten Devil May Cry 1 once, and a lot of people hate Devil May Cry 2. I don't hate it. I understand their problems with it, but my only issue with it was that it was just too easy. So if they wanted to go back and like maybe update the stories, maybe update the gameplay, maybe fix some of the problems that those first 2 games had, I would be totally fine with that. That sounds like a great idea. Like, take a break from remaking Resident Evil and start working on these other franchises that they have. I think that would be great. Hey, what's up, Zach Tarf? How you doing? Hello, what's up? Metal Gear, Konami, why? What did I think of the Prowler theme? Creepy. Can't wait to hear more of it in the next film. Heartbeat. Nero, you want to know, do I think that the Final Fantasy 16 did a good job of hating a certain female character? Oh, do you mean getting us to hate a certain female character, as in the mother? Oh my god. Oh my god, I hate that woman. I hope we get to kick her ass. Oh my god. Man, that woman was cruel. Man. Oof. I really hope we get a chance to. But, oh my god, I just realized I screwed up at work yesterday. I told my boss that I was going to be able to work tomorrow's Thursday shift. Here's the problem. Final Fantasy 16 comes out tomorrow. If I hadn't done that, I would have had all evening to play that game. So here's what's gonna happen. I'm gonna pick up I have work tomorrow from 10 to 6. I'm gonna be able to get my copy of Final Fantasy 16. The problem is that I have to go to work immediately after that, and I won't have time to play it. So literally, I won't be able to play it Thursday, Friday, Saturday, or Sunday. The earliest I'll be able to play Final Fantasy 16 is going to be Monday morning at about 3 o'clock in the morning. That sucks. I hate working two full-time jobs. It really is not good for my channel and playing games because I just beat guys, you remember when Jedi Fallen Order came out? I just beat it yesterday. I filmed my review. All that you saw, I filmed that yesterday. I beat Jedi Order at like 3 in the morning yesterday. That's how long it took me to get through that game. That is a game that if I was down to my like one job schedule, I would have had that game beaten in like 3 days. It took me like a month and a half. And I know that Final Fantasy 16 is going to be even longer. Like, oh my god, it's like just finding time to play that game and then try to work on other videos and make content. Like, and I want to do my review in my traditional style. I don't really like having where I just kind of do it raw. I like to do scripts and do voiceovers. And I'm buying like all these new equipment. Like I'm getting a brand new stand. I'm getting a brand new microphone so I can actually make better quality reviews like that with voiceovers. And it just sucks working two full-time jobs. It just sucks right now. It is a nightmare for my gaming life. Who is scarier, the man on fire or the pain? You don't know. You don't know who the Fury is? Who's scarier? The pain or the Fury? Believe it or not, I would actually say, for me personally, I would be more scared of the pain simply because I have a massive fear of bugs. Like, you don't even know, like, it's really bad. And it's specifically really bad where I'm living here now because, like, we recently had, like, a migration of, like, grasshoppers here in Vegas, and they're, like, all over the damn place. And so they were, like, all over my door at night when I come home at, like, 2 or 4 in the morning. And so, like, I literally could not get into my house. Like, I slept in my car for like 2 hours till the sun came up, and then I could get into my house. Like, that's how bad it is. That's how serious my fear of bugs is. I feel bad about it because I'm 32, so yeah. I used all my saves on by the train scene. Oh dear God, man, you were screwed. Oh yeah, no, you were screwed then. I've played through Dead Space 2 enough times. I know specific points where you should save, but ooh, if you waste all your saves by the train section, dude, that's way too early. Have I ever heard of Vyong Studios? No, I have not. Alright, let's see. Let's see if we can catch up. Have I seen the recent Transformers movie? No, I didn't go see it. Some friends told me that damn it, their name is escaping me. But like not the Predacons. It's like the meta something. I forget. I feel bad because Beast Wars is what made me a Transformer, and I feel bad that I can't remember that their names escaping me. Apparently, they're not even the movie that long, and like that was like the main reason I wanted to go see that film. So like, if they're not even in the film that long, I don't need to go see it. And Unicron doesn't do anything. Like he just like shows up and then like they stop him before he gets to do anything. It's like that sounds like it's a waste. I played it 18 times. Until then, I got, punked. I think a remaster of Dead Space 2 would be better. Yeah, I would support a remaster. Don't remake it. Just remaster so I can play it on PlayStation 5. That would be great. Although, to be fair, I think they did a great job kind of, like, remastering, like, remaking it like a perfect remake. Like, frame for frame. Like, you knew, like, areas were the same. Enemy locations were the same. That was great. But if they did something like that, I might be okay with that. I would definitely buy a remake of 1 and 2. Yeah, absolutely. Devil May Cry, yeah. With your versus series, is there a match you did that you don't agree with the outcome? No. Oh no. Like I look back, all my outcomes that I've made, I'm fine with. However, I will say this: I had I had like a multi-person conversation in the comment section of my Cal Kestis and Galen Merrick matchup, and I'd said that now that I was playing through Jedi Fallen or Jedi Survivor, um, I am so tempted to do another matchup of putting Jedi Survivor Cal Kestis up against Force Unleashed 2 Star Killer. I really like that would be a great match because Star Killer is very different from Galen Merrick from the first game, so it would be a different matchup. And Cal Kestis' just entire combative approach has been greatly upgraded. So like that would make for a solid matchup that I'm really tempted. And on top of that, I really would be tempted to make a Helghast versus Chimera matchup. Like guys, I've never done a matchup between armies. And I saw my friend Rain, he did a matchup putting Necromorphs against Xenomorphs, and I thought that matchup was phenomenal. So that was kind of where I was inspired to to think about doing a Chimera and Helghast matchup. It's like that would be great. I'm so tempted, but it's just like I did like with working two jobs, I just would not have time. Maybe when I drop down to like a one job schedule, hopefully later on this year I might, and there's enough interest, I might do it, but as of right now, it's just a dream. Zach wants to know, what do I think of Spider-Man 2099? He seems a bit off. Yeah, he seemed like he was a villain, which was weird because Miguel is usually a pretty chill guy. So I'm not really a fan. Like, I get the feeling they're going to kill him or have Miles kill him or something. If they do that, I don't like that. Like, Miguel's like one of the better Spider-Man. Like, he's like ostensibly, he's like the Terry McGinnis of Spider-Man to like Peter Parker's Spider-Man. It's like, to me, he's like the second most, for me personally, he's like the second most known Spider-Man that I'm familiar with, way ahead of Miles. Like, I don't really know Miles at all, but I know a great deal about Spider-Man 2099. I know, like, he's been around for quite a while, so that surprised me the most. Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man. Who would win, Dante from DMC or Sephiroth from Final Fantasy? Okay, number one, DMC, that's not Dante. Okay, his name is Bob. And Sephiroth would totally destroy Bob in a matter of seconds. It wouldn't even be close. That was not Dante. He was Bob with his bullshit brother Steve. Okay, so let's get that fact straight. Vengeance, you recently played Persona 5 Royal, and I absolutely love it. Yes, I love Persona 5 Royal. It is definitely a 10 out of 10 game. It is, to this day, my favorite PlayStation 4 game of all time. They took Persona 5, which was already a great JRPG, and made it even better with Royal, with a number of improvements that I absolutely thought were great. And as it stands right now, Persona 5 Royal sits as my 6th favorite video game of all time. So that's a major achievement. Yeah, I hate hating on the mother. I think in some ways she's even more evil than No, we don't know enough about her. You can't put her on the same level as Kefka, or it's like Kefla or Kefka. No, she's not that evil. Kefla was generally he was a sadist with the powers of a god who just enjoyed killing people and actually succeeded in destroying the world. So, yeah. Is the fear of bugs as bad as messes yours? Maybe. Like, trust me, when it comes to bugs, like, if I see the bug at a distance, I can deal with it. But, like, literally, if I like turn around and it's like within like a foot or two of me, I'll freak the heck out. Like there's a reason why I love Temple of Doom also. Like that room with the bugs in Temple of Doom, dude, I have a hard time watching that. That would be like the worst scenario. Like if Fear Factor was still around, I've seen tons of different crazy stunts and fears, like eating stuff, like. But if you had swimming with snakes, swimming with eels, stuff like that, eating some disgusting thing, I probably could handle it. But the second you throw bugs in there, I'm like, no, I can't do it. Won't eat bugs. Won't let them sit on me. Not happening. Let me ride some crazy bulls or something. Let me sit in a tank of snakes or something. Something like that. Okay, fine. But throw bugs in, like, I'm out. I am doing fine, Phantom Sidious. How are you doing? Maximals, yes. Okay, damn, I'm really far behind. Thank you. Maximals. I need to keep that. I need to remember that. Did I see that they're re-releasing the Batman Arkham trilogy on Switch? That's fine, but I'm not gonna play Batman Arkham on Switch. I have it on my console, so that's nice. But okay. Any thoughts about the Indiana Jones rumors? Well, they're not rumors anymore. The movie's as bad as I thought it was going to be, and everything awful that I knew was going to happen has already been confirmed. So I wasn't going to go see that film anyway. So they're not rumors anymore. They're facts. We know what the film is about. We know what happens in it. I know it's awful. I'm not going to go see it. I hope it bombs, and they never do another Indiana Jones film again. So why do I think the Flash movie bombed at the box office? There's a number. Well, I didn't even go see that one either. I wasn't going to see Flash either. I just think that it may have come out, the Ezra Miller controversy. The fact that there really wasn't a point to it since this era of the DCU is coming to an end and then they're starting completely over. So, like, what's the point? Because nothing here is going to carry over. Like who's going to go see Blue Beetle? Who the hell's going to go see Aquaman 2 knowing that it's going to be over after that? They're starting fresh, which I think they should be because the DC in EU and the condition that's in is in a really bad state. So you need to start over from scratch. Cut all connections and start over from scratch. I think that's what they need to do. I think you should use Kyle Katarn in a matchup. I would love to use Kyle Katarn, but again, I'm done with matchup videos. A weird matchup I would do is Isaac Clarke versus Dante. What? Yeah, that's weird and it doesn't make sense. Why would you put a space engineer up against a crusader who travels through the 9 circles of hell? That doesn't make sense. You think the best Spider-Man verse movie will have good stuff? You mean like the next one? Yeah, I'm assuming it will have good stuff. I feel like Starkiller is a master of the Force, whereas Cal Kestis is a better lightsaber. Yeah, okay. I'm assuming you're speaking of Starkiller, not Galen Merrick. Yes, but I wouldn't say Starkiller's a master at it. He's adept. If you really put him up against some of the true masters of the Force, he would stand no chance. Like he's very, very, his skill set is very, very basic. He has he knows like a few key tricks. He's just really proficient with them. But his knowledge of the more grander abilities is very limited. Like he would not I'll give you 10 examples. Someone like Yoda would easily overpower him. Revan would be more powerful. Malik would be more powerful. Bane is more powerful. Sidious is more powerful. Crate is more powerful. Grandmaster Luke is more powerful. Kaitis is more powerful. Mara Jade is more powerful. Who's another one? I don't know who. I would even say that Nihilus is more powerful in terms of just pure Force powers. And their knowledge of the Force is way more expansive because all Starkiller has is telekinesis, He's got Enforce Lightning. If you can deal with those two, Galen Merrick don't really have much. Miguel might be a fairly chill guy, but he is more brutal than Peter. I think. Yeah. Hang on, guys. I'll be back. I gotta go get something to drink. Be back. Sorry, when I talk a lot straight up, my throat tends to dry up a bit, so. But let's keep going. I usually don't ask these type of questions, but is there any version of Batman do I think could beat Spider? Wait, what? Yeah, there's a bunch of versions that I think could be Spider-Man. Like, yeah, there's a bunch of different versions. There are versions of Spider-Man that could beat Batman. There are versions of Batman that could be Spider-Man. Yeah, these go back and forth. Thoughts on Persona 3 Remake? I'm gonna be honest. I'm on the fence on that one. I might give it a chance, but yeah. Am I a fan of the No More Hero series? No, I'm not. I've not seen that. Did the 90s Fox Kids Spider-Man appear in Across the Spider-Verse? He might have. That's why I went back and saw it a second time, because I was wondering if he was there. He might have been in the background, because my brother happened to see it, and there were a number of things that he missed the first time. So like there were so many cameos that unless you were like a super Spider-Man fan, you would have missed them. So I knew I probably had missed a number of things, but that's why I went back a second time, not even focusing on the story, just looking at what I'd missed. And yeah, I did miss a great deal during my first viewing. The high school versus, yeah, Black Wolf. I have no idea who those two people are. Last versus series question, but what is the biggest stomp that I have done for me? It was Gabriel. Ew, in terms of stomp? Hang on, let me double check. Oh no, stomp. Stomp would have been, a stomp would have been, the biggest stomp I ever did, easily would have been my very first matchup, which was Sephiroth versus Cypher. That's a stomp. That first video, I made it clear that that video was to try to take a stomp and create a compelling argument as for why it would be a fight. But I know, yeah, 10 out of 10 times, that's a stomp. Like, even if Sephiroth were blind, dumb, stupid, and retarded, and deformed, he would still completely destroy Cypher. That's a stomp. But I was trying to test my own analytical skills to make a stomp seem more interesting than it actually was. So that's what that very, very first matchup I ever did was all about. What do I think the people hate? What? What are you talking about? Who hates Nero? Nero's... I don't know anyone who hates Nero. I don't hate Nero. Why would they hate Nero? He's fine. He's a fine character. I mean, the only thing negative I can say about Nero is that I thought playing as him in Devil May Cry 4 wasn't very fun because the game felt too easy. It was, and I just didn't my biggest problem with Devil May Cry 4 is that you're just playing the game forward as Nero and backwards as Dante, like literally backwards. Like you're doing all the same things that he did as Dante, and it is better playing as Dante than Nero. When you're playing as Nero, the game's too easy. When you're playing as Dante, it's challenging and fun. Like, that's my only complaint with Devil May Cry 4. Other than that, it's a great game, but I've never heard that people hate Nero. I don't hate Nero. That's a first. With Isaac versus Dante, mainly because EA let them die. I guess in that context that could be interesting. Zach Tarf, you think any Resident Evil character would be able to outmaneuver Cap's shield? Probably not. Probably not. I think Cap's a little too powerful. Black Wolf, Ahuna says that Dr. Doom would decimate most Sith Lords. You're probably right. He probably would decimate most Sith Lords. I can't argue with that. Dr. Doom is pretty powerful. This may sound completely random, but what's my favorite type of pizza? Oh, no, I love these type of questions. Easily pineapple and ham. Pizza Hut. Pizza Hut, pineapple and ham, I can eat that all day. However, I will say this. Little Caesars had a pretzel pizza recently. I don't think they do it anymore. They that's very seasonal. That would be like a distant second. And then like pepperoni would be like a good third. Or like any type of pepperoni. But specifically, pineapple and ham from Pizza Hut specifically is my favorite type of pizza. Some people don't think that pineapple belongs on a pizza. I seriously disagree. What is my favorite Assassin's Creed ACD song? That's a good one. It's either TNT or Who Made Who. I think those are my two favorite AC/DC songs, without question. Mine is Back in Black. Good song. What do you as a bug persona in... Wait, what? What do you think of the bug persona and persona? Oh, that guy freak. Oh, are you talking about that guy whose form was like a giant fly? Oh yeah, I want to kill that guy like quickly, and I did on my first try. Since David Tennant is returning as Doctor Who, would you be tempted to watch the show again? No. I moved on from Doctor Who. No need to go back. I'm cool. And he's not even, like, and David Tennant's not even going to be the Doctor for that long. Isn't he just the Doctor for the special? Like, they're basically using him as a transitional character because the female one was so bad. So it's just like, oh my god, Doctor Who's in a really, really bad space. What can we do to get the fans back? Oh, we'll just bring back David Tennant because everyone likes him. And then that gives them time to like, okay, who can we pick after him? Like, as far as I know, I don't think he's the Doctor for a very long time. They're just using him for the special and then transitioning over to who they want to pick next. So, yeah, that's kind of a cheap tactic. Resolving on nostalgic value to bring fans back. My thoughts on the Matrix movies. Okay. Well, the first one is the best one. Reloaded, I like Reloaded, and I probably have seen Reloaded way more times than the first Matrix. Matrix Revolution is okay, and I didn't really care much for the fourth one. I can't even remember what that one was called. Is it like Resolution? Is that what it's called? It wasn't very good. So that made me question why they even made a fourth one. They shouldn't have. They should have left it at 3. Personally. I see a lot of people online that hate Nero for whatever reason. That's a first. I've never heard of that vengeance. I've never heard of someone saying that they didn't like Nero. I think Nero's fine. Personal question, if that's okay. How is my mental health doing these days, as you've talked about your depression? Oh, it's still hitting me pretty hard, but I recently had a chance to spend some time with my cousin. It was nice. I don't know. Maybe I just need to surround, like I think between working 2 jobs that are stressful, being in a location, living with people that I'm stressed out with, trying to find time to, like, playing games and working on YouTube and talking to you guys, like, that was always my stress reliever. Like, that is when I'm at my best. And because I don't get to do that anywhere near as much as I used to, it's like, it seriously is kind of, it brings me down. Like, these 4 vacations that I'm going to try to take this year were only done because I could not do them last year. Like, last year was really bad because I didn't get to do anything. But like I have like 4 vacations I have planned this year, and each one of them has like a personal meaning to me. Despite how troubling this year has been so far in terms of stress. But I think there's a possibility that the second half of the year, which we're about to enter into, might be better than the first half. Despite the fact there have been some good moments this year. But maybe I just need to get out more and socialize a little bit more and just meet more people and just surround myself with more positivity. And then things might be better. And maybe talk to another doctor or another psychiatrist or therapist somewhere down the road. But thanks for asking. I don't mind personal questions. I really enjoy them. Heck, guys, I'm an open book. You can ask me anything. You guys are good. You're cool. I trust you. He often gets called a crybaby. He's not really a crybaby. He's just emotional. Just because you're emotional doesn't make you a crybaby, and he can kick some serious ass. I mean, he beat a weakened Virgil. I'll give him that. Do I think he could have taken Virgil if he had been like at 100%? I don't think so, but Virgil was a bit worn down with his fight from Dante, so I'll give him that. Favorite boss theme from Metal Gear Rising? Easily the last one. Easily the best track. And the funny thing is the composer for Metal Gear Rising is actually going to be at MGS Con. So I want to meet him because that soundtrack was kick-ass. Favorite boss theme from Final Fantasy? Yeah, that's tough. It's in Final Fantasy X. It's other Outer Worlds, which is the theme that plays during the Jecht fight, or it's the main boss theme that plays through, I believe, 2 of the Seymour fights. But they reuse that boss theme in other fights too, but those are the 2 themes that I really enjoy hearing the most. However, I will say this. However, that may not be the case for much longer, because the tracks I've been hearing from 16 are absolutely incredible. Like, some of these are like final, like this is what you would expect here during a final boss. And these are like these like econ battles. And if each one of them has like a distinctive theme, then there is a very good chance that 16 could dethrone 10 as having the best soundtrack in any Final Fantasy game. I'm that serious. Like, just what I've heard from the demo has been just phenomenal. And I cannot wait to hear the rest of this game. Like, I'm pumped up for 16 because of the soundtrack too. Like, this game is going to be incredible. Like, I'm not sure if it can dethrone 10, but there is a very strong possibility if this game does everything right, this could easily take the spot as my second favorite Final Fantasy game of all time, easily dethroning Final Fantasy VII, original Final Fantasy VII. The potential is there. Like, just from what I was playing from the demo, has been better than a lot of Final Fantasy games that I've played. Just the demo. Like, that was an incredible demo. Friendly Neighborhood, you want to know my favorite kind of candy or dessert? Favorite candy would be Now and Later's. Favorite dessert would be cookie dough ice cream. Have you ever heard of the killing the people reincarnated into Otherworld Cheat Slayer? It's equivalent of The Boys. No, I've never heard of that. That's the first. Fourth one is called Resurrection. Okay, yeah, I didn't even remember what that fourth Matrix film was. It didn't really register with me very well. You think Insomniac Spider-Man could handle Wesker? In a boss fight? I mean, maybe, possibly. I think it's possible. I mean, I guess if he's aggressive enough, I mean, I think it's possible. Do I think Nero could solo the entire cast of Future Diary? I don't know what Future Diary is. What is my least favorite legendary Pokemon? My least favorite, I don't know. I don't really have a least favorite because I haven't played all the regions. I haven't played all the Pokemon games. There's a lot of Pokemon games I haven't really played, so I don't know. Like maybe I could do a tier list ranking of them just from what I know, but it's not a lot. Anything you want from Jill in Death Island? Just for her to be cool, I guess, and to kind of explain why on earth she's still wearing the same clothes that she wore in 1998. Like literally the same clothes. Like why? And she got on the same pants, the same shoes, the same tank top. Why are you wearing the same clothes? Originally, my favorite theme from Devil May Cry through Statue was Devil May Cry 3, but once yeah. When Bury the Light came out, that instantly became my favorite song of Devil May Cry history. No question. That's a workout song. Like that's on my personal playlist when I go work out. And I was like, oh, it's about damn time that Virgil had his own theme song. It's about damn time. Who do you think would win, Riddick or the Predator? Riddick or the Predator? I think Riddick could get the job done. I think the Predator might be a little too reliant on technology. If Riddick can damage the visor, I'm sure the visor can see night vision. But I think Riddick is a bit more stealthy. So I think he'd be able, if he tried to go head to head with the Predator, he would definitely lose. But Riddick doesn't. That would not be in his best approach. I don't put it like this. I think that the Predator's stealth, I think Riddick can handle that. It's just getting past his technology and using an indirect method. I think if Riddick does that, I think Riddick could get the win. But if he tries to go head to head, he's gonna lose. Future Diary is a battle royale manga. Never heard of it. Would you even consider seeing Deadpool 3 even though it's part of the MCU? I don't know. I'm on the fence because they're going to water that thing down. Deadpool is an hard R character. So I'm not sure how that would mesh well with the whole PG-13 era unless they make a whole joke about it. Every time he swears, they bleep it out. And then Deadpool's like, what the heck is going on? Why am I getting bleeped out? But I've heard they're using multiverse, they're telling another multiverse storyline. Apparently there's going to be different versions of Deadpool, different versions of Wolverine, different versions of the X-Men showing up. Why do we feel the need we need to tell multiverse stories? It's messy. It's messy when everyone is telling the same story. Spider-Man is doing that. We just did that with The Flash. And then the MCU is doing it. And now Deadpool wants to do that. It's can we get away from these multi-universe things and focus on a linear focused story again? Keep things simple. Simple is better. Have I ever thought about seeing Pixar's? Hell no. No, I was not going to see Elementals. Hell no. Man, screw Pixar. Pixar is man, since they went all woke, that bullshit, man. After how they handled the whole Lightyear thing, I was I'm not watching another Pixar film again. The hell with them. And then they want to do a Toy Story 5. It's nope, I'm done. I am done with Pixar. Who do I think would emerge victorious? Terminator or RoboCop? Well, obviously RoboCop. Death Battle handled that one. That was one of their best matchups. I can't argue with that. What are my thoughts on 2003 Clone Wars series? Almost as good as better than the CGI show. I don't think you can say that because I think the CGI show went longer and had a lot more detail. But I did enjoy the original animated style. I did enjoy that. But I think the CGI, I think with its longevity, had more good in total than the animated series did. You want to know how old am I? I am 32. I will be turning 33 in September. Wait, how long? How long have we been going? Okay, oh, gee, almost an hour. Okay. Are there any shows on Netflix that I am currently watching that you would highly recommend? Yeah, if you haven't seen Extraction 2, go see it now. Do I have a favorite crossover movie like Freddy vs. Jason or Alien vs. Predator? No, but I enjoy both those films, except for Requiem. Requiem was total trash. Jango Fett versus Isaac Clarke. Jango Fett. That's like, why would you want to put an engineer up against a bounty hunter? Like, Isaac's good against fighting necromorphs, not other properly trained killers. I left a comment asking you about a video game villain that you hate, but I'm not sure if it popped up. It might. You might have missed it. Which Fett do I like better, Jango or Boba? Easily Jango. Yeah, I gotta go with Jango. What they've done with Boba is odd. He's lost a lot of the charm about him. Not saying it's bad. It's just like, well, the character seems less cool now in a way. Like back in the day, like Boba Fett was like, he was like, the less you knew about him, the better. But like the more we know about him now, it's like, well, I mean, he's okay, but he has certainly lost a great deal of mystique about him. Kobe Bryant or LeBron James? Well, I don't like either of those guys. I mean, Kobe was a Laker, and I'm sorry, but I'm a Celtics fan, so screw Kobe. God rest his soul, but screw Kobe. And he cost me a championship. I mean, we got one on him, but I'm not happy about what happened in 2010. I'm not happy with that. Not happy. I asked who was the first video game villain that you absolutely despised and felt satisfied once you finally killed him. Oh, probably Sephiroth. Like that I can think, like the earliest that I can think of, probably him. Okay. Oh, okay. We finally made it to the bottom of the list. Okay. Good. We're all caught up. Good. Yeah, probably Sephiroth. Yeah. Zach Tarv, you think Tekken will be good without him? I'm not a Tekken fan. Not a Tekken fan. Not in the slightest. I know very little about Tekken except it's not nearly as good as Mortal Kombat, and that's all I need to know. Who is my favorite Celtics player? Ooh. Currently or like overall? Respond to that. Like favorite Celtic player of all time, or like currently playing? Because I gotta say, this year's finals was garbage because I knew it was gonna end in 5 games. I was telling my brother that. I was telling him, we were talking about this. I was like, listen, this series is going to end in 5 games because the Nuggets have already beaten 2 teams in the form of the Suns and the Lakers that would easily beat this Heat team. The fact that this Heat team took out my Celtics, I'm pissed off about because we had no business losing to this very weak Heat team. Coming in as an 8th seed. No, coming in as a play-in team as an 8th seed. How the hell they got past Milwaukee and then got past us was shocking. I really thought Boston would pull off the comeback, but again, we wet the bed at home. I don't know why. I think had Boston gone to the finals, I think it would have been a much more interesting series. But I knew it was going to go 5 games. I was like, the only reason that this was not going to be a sweep was because Denver would want to celebrate at home, which they did. There was no way they would want to celebrate their first championship on the road. I mean, it would have been nice to win in Miami and be a sweep, but they want to win at home. They want their fans there. It's much more meaningful. That's why I knew it was going to end in 5 games. The Heat had no chance. Currently. I like Tatum. I think he's a good leader. But god damn, is he very inconsistent in the playoffs. Like, he shows up in key moments, but like sometimes when things get really, really pressured, he has a tendency to just completely disappear and fall apart. And then the rest team's got to pick it up. Like, someone has to make a play, and that's happened the last 2 seasons. And I'm like, he's a good leader, but is he a good leader in crunch time? I don't know. We'll find out. I'm hoping we get at least 1 championship from this team, but like, the stars got to align. An all-time Paul Pierce. In fact, hang on. Yeah. Gotta go with Pierce. Gotta go with him. Yep. In fact, I got a pair of shoes that go with this jersey, and I always sport them whenever the playoffs kick off. But yeah. Do you think MK1 will be good? Yeah, it looks good. Yeah, looks good to me. Thoughts on OG Total Recall from 1990? The other one is your favorite. It's another one of my favorite Arnold Schwarzenegger's. Oh, I thought Total Recall was great. Yeah, definitely one of Arnold's best films. Between Uncharted 2 and 4, which one has my favorite action set piece? Easily 2. Easily 2. I think gameplay wise, 4 is a little better. But I think story, final boss, action set pieces, nothing tops 2. For me, at least. What is my favorite Star Wars movie of all time? That's a joke, right? Really? Okay, you must be new. Obviously, it's episode 3. Which is, like, easily one of my top 10 favorite films of all time. Not just Star Wars movies. Films. In my God of War weapons tier list, where would I place the new spear? Oh, that would definitely be in the top. I love that spear. And to be fair, that spear is the very first weapon that was made for Kratos. I mean, it's crazy to think that every weapon Kratos has ever used has been given to him, but he's never had a weapon for him. The Blades of Chaos, that was a weapon Ares had that he gave to Kratos. And then you have the axe, which belonged to his wife. But the spear fits perfectly with Kratos' backstory or background as a Spartan. And it is a weapon made specifically for him. So the fact that he now has a weapon for him, I thought was great. So that would definitely be in the top. Absolutely. I would definitely put it on par with the Blades of Chaos. Without question. This might be a pretty dumb question, but do I think Nathan Drake has a ton of plot armor, or do I think that he gets lucky enough to survive certain situations? I think, yes, he has some stupid plot armor, because explain to me, like, there have been a number of dumb moments throughout Uncharted, but, like, you notice how, like, the crazy, like, tradition, how there's a difference between, like, gameplay bullets and cutscene bullets, how you can get, like, shot, like, to hell in gameplay, but the second Nathan Drake gets shot in a cutscene, it's like fatal, like he's gonna die or he's bleeding out. It's like stuff like that. I always thought was dumb. Who do I think is the best NBA player right now? I think the Greek Freak when he's healthy. I think he's the best. Playing right now. Okay, yeah. Let's end this stream in like the next like 10 minutes because I gotta work on a couple. I gotta film a couple more tier. I gotta do a couple ranking videos. Like I want to do at least one more tier video, but I don't know what yet. But so I want to take like like 10-15 minutes to brainstorm and then film it. Like I know I could get like a tier list or a ranking or a reaction. I want to try to get at least like 2 more videos up today. If I could choose one video game character to spend one full day with, who would it be? That is a tough one. It was one, well, I don't know. She's been acting like a bit of a bitch lately, so I'm not sure about you. It would have been you until the second game came out. And then they did something that I was okay with, but I was like, oh, okay, they're going in that direction. But damn, that is really tough. But I think right now I would have to go with this wonderful woman right here. Her. And I'm sure you know who that is. That is old school, not what they've done with her in that stupid bullshit remake. That's old school her. You think Spider-Man and Chris Redfield wouldn't get along? No, I think they'd be fine. I think they'd get along. Did I watch Rise of Skywalker? Hell no. Hell no. Are you kidding? Dude, I was pissed after The Last Jedi. So much I wanted to punch a child. I was like, oh my god, this is awful. Like, I thought The Force Awakens was cheap, and The Last Jedi just pissed me off. I was like, I'm never watching whatever they're doing next. And apparently it was worse, from what I had heard. My favorite food, that would be Panda Express's orange chicken. I could eat that all day, every day. For a video idea, I think you should do a tier list of Arnold Schwarzenegger films that you've seen. I saw It Was My Cousin. I saw it with my cousin. Okay. Alright, well, I'm going to cut the stream there. I thought this was fun. It was very, very strong. It was very, very smooth. I like the quality. We will be sure to do this again next Wednesday around the same time. Hopefully more people show up. And remember, if you guys have any ideas for future videos, please let me know now. Or let me know in a message or in the community or in the community section. Because quite literally, I have to make today as productive as possible and get as much done, because I'm going to be completely slammed for the next 6 days until Monday when I can start playing Final Fantasy 16. So I want to do as much filming and as much projects as I can right now. But I want to thank you guys for joining me in this very awesome first live stream chat that I've done in a while in my new place. I look forward to doing more of them, as well as uploading more content for the rest of the day. And like always, thank you guys for watching. You're awesome, and I will catch you all guys next time.